All right, in this part of the lesson, we're going to be working with finding the area of composite figures. Remember, composite figures are where we have figures that are made up of more than one shape. So they're going to start out with giving us grid paper. When we find area, remember when we did perimeter, we counted the outside edge. Well, now what we're doing is we're counting that shaded in part to find the area. So our first step is we're going to go through and count our squares in this grid that are fully filled in. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I have another 8 here. So here's 8, 8, 8, and 8. So that's going across all the way there. So 8 times 4 gives me 32 for this part. Okay, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 more. So I'm going to add 13 to that. And that gives me 45. So right now I have 45 whole squares. Now I'm going to go through and actually mark my half squares. So here's half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 half squares. So here's what we have to realize. When we're doing area, we're going to have to divide by 2 because it's only half of the area. So if we have 5 and we divide that by 2, because for every 2 of those halves, it makes a whole. So like that's a whole together. If I were to fold them together, there's a whole together, which gives me 2 holes. And then I have another half left over. If I took 5 divided by 2, that's going to give me 2.5. Okay, and I can see that. A whole, there's 2, and another half is 2.5. So I'm going to add 2.5 to this, which gives me 47.5. And then we would just label it units squared. Because remember, we are doing area, okay? So when we're working grid paper, we're going to count our holes, and then we're going to add on our halves. And our halves, we would count them and divide by 2. Or you can do like I did, where every 2 of them you chunk. Okay, so my holes, and it doesn't matter. You can count them individually. You can try and chunk numbers. So like if I go through, I'll just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Okay, so I have 33. Sorry, 33 that I just counted. Now, take note that some of these have just really tiny spots, and we are just kind of doing an estimation. Okay, so what I'm noticing is if I were to go through and look at this piece right here, see how that little tiny piece, I wouldn't count that as half, but just visually looking, if I were to substitute that green part in right here where it was just white, that would make another hole. So I'm going to count this part right here and this part as another hole. So there's one more. Now with the rest of these, this one here and this one right here, kind of, I think I could chunk together to make another hole. And then this one and this one make another hole. So there's another one. And then I would say these two are about a half. There's another one. Take note, I'm kind of trying to chunk them together. So I might have gotten the same answer, but I'm saying there's about 4 others that would be whole once I chunk them together. If I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's about 4. If I took 7 divided by 2, it'd be 3.5. So I'm just going to go ahead and add 4 to that. It gives me approximately 37 units squared. Okay, and this is just estimating. We're not going to have a perfect exact answer. They're not giving us measurements. Okay, you're kind of estimating. So when you guys are doing your homework, you might find that you are slightly off. As long as you're close, we're going to call it good. So I want you guys to go through, pause your video, and work your way through this one. Then double check, then restart your video to see if you got the same answer as I did. Okay, I got approximately 51 units squared. So once again, if you were slightly off, not that big of a deal. We are going through an estimating. Those halves sometimes get slightly off, but this one was a lot easier than the previous one. So once again, using grid paper, you're going to count your holes, then you're going to count your halves, divide your halves by 2, and then add your 2 answers together.